Do not panic. That is what we need to remember right now. Bitcoin is falling. A lot of things are happening right now. There's going to be some reasons for that. There's some news that came out. We've got some Feds speaking today. You see, one Fed spoke at 3 a.m. What? Why? Christopher Waller spoke. Oh, that's why it was at 3 a.m. Okay, so anyways, three Feds on deck today. That's the only news that came out for economic news that came out. You can see Bitcoin right now flushed. Bitcoin flushed this morning, starting at yeah, yesterday, honestly. Yeah, it's just been flushing for a while now, and now we are basing around 60,500. And you can see we are starting to make tails on the bottom of this thing. We are oversold on the 2 hour. We've got a significantly lower RSI than before. That's way down there. It's down at 8. Volume is starting to curl back over now. Now, we have done this on the 2 hour chart with Bitcoin for a little while here, where we play this game where we come down, tap the bottom fib cloud, and then come back up to either the middle or just give back the big bearish candle that came through. You can see right here, this one. We also did it on this one. The big bearish candle came through, was given back. So right now, there's two scenarios I see playing out right now. Okay, either we turn around and we come up hard to this midline, mess around 66,000 and then launch up from there, or this is the second one, this is the bad one. We just give back this bearish candle here that was 1 a.m. this morning, that ends at my yellow line here at 63,000. So we come up to 63,000 and we reject. If we reject at 63,000, we're coming down back into this red cloud and we're going to go lower. We're likely going to tap the 60,000 flat, maybe even a little bit below that, if that happens. So those are the two scenarios I see playing out here right now. We're either going to come back, take out 63 like it's nothing, go up to 66, do a flag and go higher, or we're going to give back this largely bearish candle here from 1 a.m. this morning, West Coast time, of course, and it's going to come up to 63,000, where it will reject and go even lower. That's what's going on right now. And I don't think it's time to necessarily panic. We're in a pretty controlled descending channel here. You can see that this is, watch the channel here. Let me draw the channel right here like this. Like, look at how it's just been in this channel. Look at this. It's just been in this channel right here. When this line breaks, it's going to go up. So if it comes up to this midline here and holds above this descending trend line here, if it holds above that, if it gets up there and holds above that, then we're done with this thing. But for now, that's what that looks like. Now, if we turn off all the drawings, turn off all of these, go on to the weekly. I think it's the weekly. Is it the weekly I wanted to see? Yeah, it's the weekly. If we close underneath this $60,000 level, this right here ends up being a double top. Okay, that's the concern right now. If we close beneath 60,000, this becomes a double top on the weekly. That's a weekly chart thing. So if that ends up being a double top, we are coming down into the very low 50s, possibly high 40s. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't think we're going to stay there very long. I think it'd be a pretty quick flush down and then build back up. But we have lost the 50 RSI line on the weekly chart. This is very aggressive. It's controlled, but it is very aggressive. It could stop in this area and start coming back up. It could start looking like a clean spark chart. Let's look on the daily. So the daily, I'm not too, you know what? This is actually kind of about where I expected. If you look here on the left on the daily, let me just, well, actually, let me leave those on. So I'm going to draw some stuff. So right in this area here, this is where we got stuck. We didn't go any lower than the bottom of that, did we? We did not. We came right up to these. We came up right up to the bottom of these candles right here, and price stopped, and we're starting to get a nice big daily tail on here. Now, this candle does look identical to the candle from June 18th, which was followed by further weakness. Slower weakness, but further weakness. If that is to happen, I do see us hitting $60,000 if we show weakness tomorrow or the next day. Or if this candle closes any different than it is right now, just further weakness. But this area where we are right now, this is the bottom of the double top right here. So this was a double top. All right, that's what I'm scared of happening on the weekly. And that is if we get below that $60,000. On this one, it was if we got below 66,653, which we did solidly on June 18th. And then that was this confirmation that we were going to come down into this block down here. Now that we are there, we need to find support and break this descending trend line, this yellow dotted line. When we break that, then we're coming right back up to the top of the double top area. Okay. If we fail to break that, we are going lower. And that is just the way that it is. Okay. That's all we got to talk about there on Bitcoin right now. The other thing to keep in mind right now is the DXY. This is the dollar value. So when this thing is up, stocks and cryptos are down. Cryptos especially are very sensitive to this. Now, this is down today too. I'm assuming off of that Russia news. Now we could see it bounce here off the 50, right, and come up over 5. Like this gets up into, over 6, starts coming up over 6 and higher to like that 106, 107 level, the DXY, that's the dollar index. That's showing great strength on the dollar. We see great strength on the dollar. We start seeing weakness on other assets. That's just that was that was what was basically driving the whole 2022 drop. Was we see this massive mountain coming through on the DXY here. This was 2022. See how this was going up the whole time? This thing was just charging up. It went up how much? Let's see, let's see, 2022 right here, January 2022 until October 2022, where we saw the bottom of the market. It went up 21%. That's a big move on the dollar index. While everything else was cratering, this thing was charging up. So this could be, it has been in an ascending kind of, well, actually it's doing an ascending wedge actually. So I'm really not too concerned about that. So you see how it goes like this here and here we go, like this. That's a flat top, actually. That's not really as much of an ascending wedge as I had hoped. It's more, that could be bad, actually. If it breaks above the 105.50 area, no, 106, sorry, if it gets above like 106.20, yeah, we're very likely going to come up to like 109, 110. That would be really bad. That'd be really bad. We'd have a rough time if that were to happen. So I would watch the DXY. If we break above 106, like right here, 106, let's go with 106.40. Above that area, we're having a really bad time in stocks and crypto when that happens, if that happens. Hopefully we hit resistance right here and it just dumps and comes right back down to like 102, 101, somewhere around there. That would be really, really good for us. So yeah, you can see here, like November. Remember that giant November run that we had? Well, that was this little spot right here on the DXY where we fell, right? We had that huge, huge run up, like 50, 60% plus on our favorite miners and on Bitcoin, and the DXY dropped 6%. So you get a 6% drop on that from what, November 13th until December, the end of December. 6% drop on that. Let's see what that looks like over here. Sorry, November 16th. Right here. Okay. November 16th to December. Right there. Right up here. That was a 25% move on Bitcoin. So we don't need to see a huge move in the DXY. We just need to see it come down a little bit, even just down from where it currently is, down to like 103 or dropping down to like 102. That would be fantastic for us, and we would see some really good moves out of that. Now it is an ascending on the daily. Let's see it here. Actually, this might be closer to what I wanted to see. It is getting pretty tight there, but this is a channel. I think it's more of a channel than a wedge. Let me draw the line so I can visualize. Nope, that's a wedge. Okay, so if this thing were to break beneath this line here, yeah, we're very likely going to come back down to like 104, and that would be awesome. But if we break above this line here, it's in a precarious spot. If we break above this area right here on the left, above the line at 106.44, we break above that, we're having a really bad time. If this ascending wedge plays out and we break to the downside, we come back down to like 104, then we're having a good time. So keep your eyes on the DXY for now. That's going to be really important. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Everything's kind of rough today. Try not to open up your portfolio too much. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and have a profitable day.